Gavin, play the video as we get ready for our guest.
Oh, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Look, slides it back to Batherson, back across. Norris, a hard shot, scores! Josh Norris, his first game. Drops it back, Stutza feeds that back. Norris, a shot, scores! Josh Norris, power play goal. Gabon across, he goes, Norris scores!
It's time!
What an
It
intro.
makes me excited for the season. I know that. Josh, welcome to the show.
Holy cow. Intro.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you're on time. So how are things, by the way?
They're good. I'm at my parents' house right now, and I got a puppy about a month ago or 2 months ago, going nuts. So hopefully she doesn't like bark and ruin the whole interview. But
What kind of dog?
Friendly show.
you want to see her?
Yeah, bring her on.
Let's see it.
The lighting's great there too. Perfect.
Yeah. Phone is the right way.
Oh, what a good
Here?
looking pup. Yeah,
Yeah, this is Bailey.
love it.
Bailey.
Is she making the trip to Ottawa?
No. Unfortunately, I left my parents with that one. They could take care of her.
I did that too, actually. I bought a husky and then left them with mom and dad. So they had a dog for 13 years. So yeah. Old impulse buy.
It was great. I bought her and got to see her for like 2 weeks, and then me and my brothers moved out, and we lived together, not at home. So they were stuck with stuff that indoor pooping and peeing and shit like that.
That's tough.
What is that? A doodle or something? What is that, Josh? Is that a doodle you got? What kind of dog is that?
English cream golden retriever.
Oh,
That's a good
nice.
looking dog.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
There's
Beautiful.
tons of questions that people want to know, but I need to know if you're part, because I know you've been in Ottawa. I don't know how long you've been here, or back and forth. Are you part of the pickleball group at the Canadian Tire Center?
Yeah, I was last year until I got hurt, so that kind of went away. But I was actually in town like a week ago, and me and Shabby were playing because I have it set up like where the rink is right now because the ice isn't in. And I got to give him props. He's a good player, and he beat me 3 out of 5. So yeah,
Wow.
there's players though. Like a lot of the Euros are good.
Yeah.
Forsy's really good. Actually, I kind of smacked him last week, but he's usually pretty.
Are there standings involved?
Oh yeah, there's like a whole like pickleball world rankings. I don't know where I am on that, but
Do we still do the pre-game soccer world rankings, or did they leave with Pajot?
I haven't seen those since I've been there, so they must have.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured Pajot ran the world ranking system with Andy and those guys, so I figured it might have left. But yeah, we had a whole intricate system for points and everything earned for 2-touch before the game, and that sometimes got way more serious than it should have been, and arguments and yeah. So I could only imagine summertime when you're trying to manufacture some kind of adrenaline, what the pickleball world ranking system is.
If Josh, if you are playing pickleball, and I know you're playing golf, there's always people want to know, how's the shoulder? Are you 100%, and are you back to training normally for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I feel good. The first like 4 to 5 months was like that was the main like kind of grunt work, and I kind of started to turn the corner probably about a month ago or so, and I'm feeling really good. And I've been on the ice a ton, and yeah, I'm back to training normally now, which is kind of nice because, I mean, I'm still obviously going to rehab and stuff, but at the start, it's a lot because you're training, you're doing rehab, you're skating, you're doing massage or whatever. So it's just kind of a lot, but yeah, I feel good right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Josh,
I'm
I heard, Josh, I heard you're at the Hunt Club hitting bombs off the tee there. Some people I know were watching you off the tee, and they're like, shoulder looks pretty good. Like there was some pretty good drives.
I mean, my game looks pretty good off the tee, and then when I get in from about a buck, that's where it usually nips me in the ass.
I'm the exact opposite. So, but it's good you're swinging, because if you're swinging a golf club, you'll have no problem getting back into the game. I can relate. Just be thankful all you have is a dog. I remember with the triceps injury, balancing rehab training, trying to get on the ice when you have 2 young kids. So I'm glad you got it out of the way now, and you're not having to do all that stuff at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, right? So you can have some semblance of a day with the family during the summer. Made it a lot more difficult.
Like having kids, like being injured and having to do all that.
Yeah. No, you throw a couple of kids in the game, as any parent knows. Game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer.
So there, I don't want to talk a lot about hockey and injury, whatever, but there was talk about preseason games and whatever. Are you expected to play preseason games?
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. My goal is to be ready for opening. So, obviously, like games, if that's the case. So, I don't think I'm just gonna, get thrown right to the wolves on night one. If things are looking good, and I think they are right now, then I should.
I'm thinking you finally moved past the going to Winnipeg the day of group. I think you're probably into the get to stay home group now. I'll ask you about Vladimir Tarasenko, because there's a chance, as we all debate the lines on social media. Do you know anything about Vlad? Have you spoken to him? Are you excited with the potential of possibly being, well, it's either going to be him or Brady Tkachuk, which seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know what's going to happen, but I've spoken to Vlad briefly over text and just said, hey, welcome, like super excited to have him. And we just whatever, a few more texts, because I think he's trying to find a place and whatnot. So, but yeah, either way, I mean, it's exciting. Just the whole group that we have, and I'm eager to get back. Whoever I'm going to play with isn't, really up to me. So, just excited to be kind of back, and I'll probably be back at the end of the month. I think I was telling Bobby I'll be early September, but I don't know. I got excited the other day, and I'm like, why don't I just go up a little bit early? So I'll probably be in town.
It's like everybody's in town.
Yeah, there's especially as like August kind of rolls around, there's a lot more guys that come in. And even last year, like everyone was there by I think the 3rd of September, which typically is like a little early for a little bit later this year. But guys are excited to come back.
When's camp open up this year?
I think the 21st, which is like later than usually.
Yeah, that's 7 dadays later than usual.
Yeah.
Well, they certainly cram them in these days, don't they? Like you got, I haven't seen the schedule, but I'd be interested to see how many back-to-backs there are this year. Do we know, Wally?
I don't know. It wasn't in the Nerd Report. That's a later thing.
All right. Well,
I want to know about weddings. I want to know how many weddings you've attended this year.
I think just 2. There've been a couple that I've been invited to that I just didn't have the time for and couldn't go, unfortunately. But good buddy of mine got married in Northern Michigan, which was awesome. It's a beautiful place to get married. And then obviously Brady got married a few years now, and that was a riot. That was a lot of fun. And I was happy for him. Obviously a special day for him and Emma. So there's a lot of guys there, and there was no shortage of fun. That's for sure.
What was the reaction like in the room when Mr. Brightside was being played?
So I think that came on at the rehearsal dinner like the night before, and it came on earlier than I thought it was gonna. Like obviously I knew it was coming on at some point, right? But it came on early, and it was great.
Did you sing?
Oh God, no! You don't want to hear me sing. I'll do a little bit, but I ain't singing.
That wedding seemed to be like, I don't know, by the table listing, it was everybody under the sun. Were you surprised? I don't know if surprised is the word, of how many Senator players were there. It just seemed like everybody was invited.
Yeah. I think everyone was pretty much invited for the most part. There was a lot of guys there, just obviously guys from Ottawa that were there, but guys from around the league that Brady knows and is tight with. And I feel like he's cousins with everyone now. But, there's a lot of guys there, and like I said, it's a lot of fun.
Was DJ there?
I don't think so. I didn't see him.
Okay. So, but
coach was there.
Hold on. DJ was at Austin Watson's, who just got married on the weekend. Here's a picture of him from the wedding. I'm just curious, Josh. Have you ever seen DJ Smith dance?
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I'd see him.
Not after a big win?
We might have to get that involved this year. I don't know. Got up to sleep.
All right. I was just curious if he was any kind of dancer on the because it'd be good video for you guys to use later.
Yeah.
Or bad.
I will go back because there wasn't a lot of, well, obviously we didn't chat with you a lot during the year. Alex DeBrink, you had a brief chance to play with him. Are you disappointed that he didn't stick around, or surprised, or any of that? And I understand everybody's entitled to move along. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just curious of what you may have thought, because you had the potential to be his centerman at one point.
Yeah, for sure. I was obviously disappointed. Didn't really know exactly what was going to happen. Obviously, there was some chatter about him possibly leaving, but I mean, yeah, it was kind of unfortunate with me getting injured this year because I was looking forward to playing with him. Didn't really get a ton of games to do that, but yeah, like you said, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Did what he thought was best for him, and that's kind of out of our control. So
Yeah.
Obviously we'd love to have him, but I'm happy for his hometown now, and he has a good.
Josh, you got to be pretty fired up though, because now you had your surgery, you're healthy, you're going to be 100%, and you look at the D. You got Chikrin now, you got Zub, you got Shabbat. You look at what Sanderson did last year, and you look at the forward group. You guys are pretty deep, and you got the goaltending, you got the new goalie, and you got two good goalies. So I'd have to say, like you guys, to me, like you guys look like you're ready to be a playoff team. So the group's got to be pretty excited about it. At least when you look at this team on paper, it's gotta make you pretty happy to see the group that's going to start training camp, right?
Yeah, I love it. I think we're pretty strong in every area, to be honest with you. Like, I look up the middle, I think we got some great players, and have some scoring on our wing, and then I think we got some really good depth players, and obviously adding Chicky at the end of the year was huge, and he's a hell of a player. And yeah, the back end looks great. More so, I think he's going to take a big step, and obviously adding Corpusalo, I think is pretty great goalie. So I think we're solid in a lot of areas, and like I said, everyone's excited to kind of get back to town, and got a few new faces, so it'll be nice to get there a little bit early and get back. But I'm excited, man. I think we got a great group, and just can't wait to.
All six of the top, I'll say the top six players, well worded, Wally, can score, let's say 25 plus goals. Which one of you isn't going to score 20 this year?
Put him right on the spot.
I'm kidding. That's not fair. I'm just curious, like, how do you spread around the offense of the top six players?
I mean, there's never enough offense, right? So, I think everyone's got a chance to, depending on what the other team wants to do, whoever's playing with each other, have to match up with somebody. And then I think that'll leave it a little bit more wide open for the other group. And it's exciting to kind of see that. I haven't really looked at it like that on the screen before on paper. And it's just exciting to see that. And, obviously Brady and Timmy and G last year. So whether or not they decide to keep them together, like I said, it's not up to me, but I thought they played extremely well together. And, I got to see those guys play from the 300 level plenty of times, and popcorn. Had a great time watching them.
So I'm of the other opinion, Josh, because I remember when you guys finished that last year, when you had 35 that year, you and Brady and Drake had such good chemistry. And man, you had the injury, things changed, and I don't expect you to answer this question because I don't want to put you on the spot, but man, you guys have some chemistry. You have to admit that. But between you and Drake and Brady, like you guys seem to know where each other are at all times on the ice, and it just seems like you just have that little sixth sense about each other. Yeah,
we do. Obviously, I loved every second of playing with those two guys. How can you not? So, Brady's, like I said, I think I was on here last year, and when he was playing well, he took his game to another level, and I think he's going to do it again this year. I just saw him 2 weeks ago, and he's just a brick shit house. Like, he's a big dude. I think he's going to score a lot of goals this year, and me and Drake go back to even our Belleville days. That's kind of where it started. We enjoy spending time together, away from the rink as well, and I think he's just such a hockey. I love playing with him. So, like I said, whatever line combinations they want to use is kind of up to them, and whatever they think is going to work best. But there's a lot of options out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, and DJ is not afraid to mix and match. Like if guys, and that's the thing, in an 82 game season, you're going to see a line combination that you're going to ride for a little bit, but there's going to be a ton of mixing and matching between that top six, in my opinion, to find the combinations on a given night. So he's good. Josh is going to play with everybody on every wing at some point in the season. You're just going to, I don't think you're ever going to get to a point in that top six where you say we have a definitive top six and it's set. Guys are going to be able, guys are going to come in and out. There's going to be injuries. That's the way things go. So I was always a big believer, and I think Yorkie said he was a big believer in pairs.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I think Josh pairs so well with Drake, but he also pairs very well with Brady. So it's just a matter of finding the complementary pieces in that top six to go with the top two pairs.
Yeah. I mean, I thought him and Timmy had, great chemistry, especially kind of down the stretch. And obviously G2, like, all three worked well together. So, and I love playing with Drake. I love playing with, it's kind of hard to just pick one guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're spot on there, Bobby.
Okay, so you may not know this, but you do hold a franchise record, if you will, for goals per game scored before you 24 and younger, at .41. You more than any other player in Senators history. Do you feel the pressure to try to get back to 35 next year?
No, not really. I mean, I obviously want to have a great year, but in reality, I haven't played in a long time, so who knows what's going to happen. It's a great league, and we'll just kind of see how things end up. But I put in a lot of work this summer, and I think I've just been grinding for a long time, and I believe in myself, and know that I can have a great year no matter what the circumstances were. So not going to put any limits on myself, and just kind of roll with it.
Okay, I'll throw this out there. I feel like this top six, although I don't know Vladimir Tarasenko, so I'll leave him out, could care less how many points or goals they have on their stat line if they were to be in a playoff spot.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. At this point, I mean, I think it's Brady's sixth year and Shabby's sixth year, and it's Timmy's fourth year. It's going to be my fourth year. There's a lot of guys that have been there a lot longer than I have, but I mean, I feel like it's been longer than we obviously want to. So whatever it takes this year is what's going to be the answer. So it doesn't matter who scores however many points. I think we're a tight enough group to that's really important. So however we get there, it doesn't matter as long as we get there.
Okay. There's one question I have left of hockey before we move on to some fun stuff. I feel like is, ironically or coincidentally, you scored your very first NHL goal on the power play in that exact same spot. We shouldn't be surprised. I'm just curious. Can you tell me, do you have a target in mind before the puck comes? Because you obviously have got to one-time it, or is it just a feel?
Like on a one-timer, you mean?
Yeah. Like when that puck comes over and you're hammering it in, do you have a spot picked?
Honestly, no. I kind of just let it rip, and wherever it ends up, it ends up. Sometimes I can tell, if the goalie's late getting there or whatever, you might try to just get it up anywhere in the net, and it has a good chance of going in. But if the goalie is just straight on, kind of depends on where the guy in net front is standing. So I guess I have an idea of where I want it to go, but 9 times out of 10, I just hammer the thing and hope it goes in, or rebound. So.
Fair enough. So, I mean, it's a legit answer. So I a lot of shooters are like that. I wasn't. For me, I always wanted I always figured it had to be 18 to 24 inches off the ice, and you had to beat the goalie to the post. So I was always aiming short side to try to beat the goalie to the post. And like he did mention that a lot of times you can tell if the goalie's late and you can beat him. But I wanted to make him make a save off the ice. That was the big thing for me whenever I had those one-timers. Make sure he has to make a save off the ice because they can cover the bottom of the net. It's harder to get across to cover the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know, I was thinking the other day, which teammate would you pick for certain things? If your life was on the line and one of your teammates had to answer a mathematical equation, who would you want?
I thought you were gonna say who would pick up the phone if you called them, but that changes things.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's too many guys on the team that would be able to do that, Wally.
That's what I'm trying to get at here.
I'm trying to. Well, I'm just gonna go right to the college guys. We'll axe all the junior guys.
Yeah. You're allowed to put the pressure back on yourself if it's you.
Oh, it's definitely not me.
I know, but
This seems like a Shane Pinto answer.
That was my guess.
Could Zub be a math guy? Could be.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. That guy, I don't know. I feel like he's got something up his sleeve. Like I just don't know everything about him yet. I feel like that should be something easy to answer. Who are our college guys? Me, Pence,
Sandy.
Oh, maybe I don't know. He's a wild card. Maybe Sandy. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Jake Sanderson. Fair enough. He looks smart. So there you go. Do you have any special or hidden talents?
I mean, I speak German. I don't know if that's like.
No, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna count that.
Yeah.
Why do you? Where did you want to? Oh, because your dad played in Germany, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I used to be fluent when I was young, and I've lost a lot, just haven't been back. But I mean, I could get my way around if I was in a restaurant.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
Josh, could you technically play in the German league as a non-import?
No, I don't think so because I don't have my passport. But there's some rule I think where if you play your first 7 years of like hockey there, I think you're you're like entitled to some whatever. So I mean maybe yeah. My brother, so he could technically play there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any weird foods that you eat or make?
Weird foods. Not really. I mean, I'm pretty standard. I just like steak, sushi, pasta. That's about it. That's all I eat. Ice cream. Pretty boring, honestly.
Okay, so here's something, guys, I need some help on. My daughter the other day is like, eggs are boring, doesn't like ketchup. She put salad dressing on them.
On eggs?
Is this acceptable?
Ugh.
That's what I thought.
Just throw some cheese on there or something, Wally.
She doesn't like she doesn't. It's boring to her, so she tried to.
She's one of those kids that doesn't like cheese, but she'll eat pizza.
She did put cheese on them. She still didn't. She found it just blah. So I'm just curious if salad dressing is an acceptable form on eggs.
I think the short answer is no. I think hot sauce is about as far as it's allowed to go, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. Hot sauce.
Okay.
That's it.
Hot sauce, fair enough.
Frank's.
The Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah. Go with the Franks.
There you go.
Josh, where's your go-to sushi spot in Ottawa? You got to go to?
Honestly, no. I just go on Uber Eats and see what.
Yeah. He grew up on Michigan sushi, so it's not a big deal.
Are you alone now? Like, do you have a roommate? Are you bringing in like a young guy for you this year?
No, it's just me next year. Yeah, just me. I like being.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but I just looking at headshots of like Claude Giroux today on NHL.com, and then there was pictures of Brady and you, like how quickly you guys grow up and change. I don't know if you ever go back and look at your headshots, how different they are.
I actually saw those with G today. That was pretty funny. Might have taken a screenshot of one or two of them. Just for...
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, it's funny or not funny how quickly your career goes by. All of you can probably attest to this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for the first couple of years, and if it's not going well, you're like, well, there's next year, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of it, and you don't realize next year's, you're on the back nine pretty quickly, and it goes by fast, and then a lot of guys don't get to call their own shots on how it ends, so the guys that we've had on the show are guys that are going to be able to for the most part, but a lot of guys just are done before they know it.
Yeah.
So
Bob, you signed your papers? You signed those papers yet?
I still, you know what? I don't have a printer, so no. My printer works about as well as the webcam that sits on top of my computer.
Listen,
no.
I'm 53. I still haven't signed my retirement.
Okay, so they don't need to. I know how to. I can now log into the alumni website and get the Best Buy discount if I need it.
There you go. Hey, listen, it's not as good as the current discount. I'm telling you that.
I believe it.
I'm told there is no papers to sign. Like, you don't have to sign papers.
I hope not, because I never signed anything.
Yeah.
What are you talking? I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
What's that? We're talking about retirement papers. If we've actually officially signed anything.
Well, you basically said Josh is getting near the back nine here. He goes.
No, that's not what he said.
No, I did not.
Josh, what's your favorite book and TV show?
I don't read many books, Wally, so I top of my head. TV.
We'll just skip to the TV show. Yeah.
Suits right now, and I don't know. Have you guys seen Suits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
I haven't
Love
finished it, but yeah,
Yeah.
great television show.
No, that or Entourage. Those are like my two.
Oh, yeah. Entourage is a great show.
Big Entourage.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
All right. Oh, one last question, Josh. You were traded for Erik Karlsson, so I feel like we have to ask you what your thoughts are of him now being in the same conference as the Ottawa Senators.
Honestly, I haven't thought about it for a second. I mean, yeah, cool. I mean, we didn't really get to. I think I played against him once, or maybe twice. Obviously, I didn't play against him last year, so I was hurt. But yeah, he's like back to his old self right now, and it's exciting, and I think it's good for the league. And I mean, yeah, I guess I'm excited to play against him. But other than that, I don't have too much to say about it.
Fair enough. It's okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, unless you have other questions, I will let Josh go for he's got to walk the dog.
Let him go. Thanks for doing it, man. And thanks. You're part of the 100th episode, so big day around here for us. Yeah, thank you very much.
We needed an A1 guest, and that's who Bobby immediately said, well, we got to get Josh on.
That's how it worked out, yes.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that.
Gotcha, buddy. Thanks, Wally.
We'll look forward to seeing you in Ottawa soon, and good luck this season. We'll reach back out and get a chance to chat with you during the season, if that's all right.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon.
See you, man.
All right. Okay. There goes Josh Norris. Thank you to him. One of the good ones. He's just, you know what Josh is? He's just a simply good guy.